Hey fellas, how you doing? Welcome to Friendship Shaving. Got a lovely new brush to show you today, a new soap to share with you today, and a shave with a very nice straight razor. So let's have a look at the brush first of all, shall we? I've got this new old brush, a restored vintage, which I think looks beautiful. It's very unusual. And it is, if you can see the marking there, anyway, it is a rubber set brush, but made in Canada. It's got a beautiful silver tip knot on it. I'm just going to put that in some water now to soak for a little while I dampen my face, put on a little bit of pre-shave and get ready to start. I just wanted to show you this brush before I lathered up today, really. So I've got about 3 days of growth, I think, so plenty of growth there to be taken off today with a nice Kropp Straight razor. Oh, do you know what? That's nice, guys. Just have a flannel and a drop of warm water. That's really nice, guys. What do you like about your shave? I don't always shave with warm water, but oh, guys, that was so nice. Right, let's have a little bit of pre-shave on, just using my usual, my Parasso white pre-shave. It's the only one I use, really. I've tried quite a few, you know, in time. And I find that this one is inexpensive and just works very well for me. I know some people use glycerin, and while I've tried glycerin soap, I've not actually tried glycerin itself on my face as a pre-shave, so perhaps that's one to try, eh? Right, there we go. I should just let that sit. My brush. Should be well wet, and I'm going to go straight in onto the soap today. And the soap I've got today is new to the den, and it is Ariana and Evans's old-fashioned dirty ginger shaving cream. Vintage style, it says. That's what it looks like, guys. Never used this before. Now, what I'm getting from it, when I put my nose in, is a sort of, it reminds me of a fresh, old-fashioned soap. Can't remember the name of the particular soap, but quite flowery, which I don't think it's meant to smell like that. I will tell you the scent notes in a moment. If I work my nose around, I get a little bit of the sort of ginger ale aspect coming out. Anyway, let's just, that should be enough there. It does say it's a cream, although it, well, let's see what this goes like. So I'm just going to dampen my face a little bit more. And let's start going. So, oh yes, I'm definitely getting the ginger ale there. This is a soap with some ingredients that include beer, tallow, manteca and shea butters. And I personally am definitely getting a little bit of a floral soap out of it at the minute. That might change. Just gonna add some water. Perhaps I could have done with a little more soap on my brush, but we shall see how it goes. I'm just going to add some water to this. I was doing little circles there, but I'm trying to remember not to. Yes, I think I need more soap on my brush, guys, to be honest with you. Let's get some in here. That should do. Well, the brush I'm using I like very much. It was restored by Timothy Abernathy, who is a member of the Shave Dad forum, and he has an eBay page where he sells his restored brushes for very reasonable prices. So I'll put a link to his store. I must admit, this is the first one I've bought off Timothy, or from Timothy, but for ages I've enjoyed looking through his store at the brushes. He does a very, very good job, and the knot itself is very nice. In fact, it's a wonderful, wonderful knot. I used this in the week and thought it was terrific. Super, super soft. Even when it's dry, it's super soft. There we are. That'll do for the lather. I've got quite a nice wet lather, so that'll work. With the straight razor, I'll drain a drop of water out. I'm going to be shaving today with my lovely Kropp razor, which is made and ground in Sheffield, England. Or it was made and ground in Sheffield, England. I think that's probably more correct to say. Just dry my hand. Add a drop of water to the blade and get started. And I can tell you fellas that I'm getting some irritation from this soap. It feels like it's burning slightly, so I'm going to get it off my face. As quick as I can. And that is a shame. I was looking forward to trying this one. Now, picking up a little bit of ginger and a little bit of ginger ale. Now that I've got it off my face, I'm going to just wipe my face, guys. Yep, that is no good for me. Oh. So I'm actually going to rinse that brush out and I'll do my second pass, probably with a little bit of Arko. Well, that was a real shame. I will tell you about the soap anyway. As I said, it has beer and tallow in the soap, and the scent profile is meant to be ginger, bergamot, ginger ale soda, tobacco leaf and amber. And I'm getting the ginger now and the ginger ale scent. Definitely getting some of that now when I put my nose to the soap, and I'm getting it from the brush. It just smells like fresh soap. And as I say, occasionally with a bit of ginger in it. But that definitely has changed. That's a shame because it was a reasonably priced soap at £14.95. I think in the US it's around $13.95. But it wasn't to be, and unfortunately I found that to be the case quite often with the Ariana and Evans soaps that I've tried. So unfortunately, and I think it's the scent that causes me a problem. Something about the scent molecules. just doesn't seem to agree with me, which is a real shame, a real shame. But there we are. So I will clean my soap off, dry it, and that will go up for sale, because there's no point having a soap that burns you. No point at all. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got many bristles left to catch the shaving soap that I'm rubbing on, but I think we'll manage here, and we'll have a much more enjoyable second pass than the first pass. There we are. Well, I wasn't expecting that today, guys, not at all. This is a very soft brush. It is set quite high. So when I first got it, I thought, oh, it might be a little bit floppy, but it's not turned out that way. It's just very soft and very nice. There we are, and you can see that with the Arko, I'm getting rather a lot of lather. I always get a good lather with an Arko shaving stick. Now this is a new badger knot, so there is just the slightest little funk off it. I noticed with the Ariana and Evans soap, it didn't lather up quite as I expected, and I think that may be because of the oils still in this knot perhaps, but we're getting there. Right, there we go. Put a lovely brush up there where you can see it. I think the Canadian made rubber sets seem to be quite rare. I don't know if they were made, at an earlier time than the American ones. But this one certainly, I feel, looks a little bit old-fashioned. The knot is a 22mm knot, so you can see on the ferrule there, it's lost a bit of the shoulder on the ferrule to fit that knot. Now here we are with the Kropp razor. These were made by Osborne, Garrett and Company of London, England. And this one is dated to around about 1922. Because it is Made and ground in England. It gives us a little bit of a clue to the date. These Kropp razors seem to disappear from during the First World War, now a bit later than that, but there was a German link to them. Quite the early ones were, you know, ground in Germany, and perhaps with the war there was less appetite for anything German made, which, you know, you can completely understand at that time. So about the 1920s for this one, and they made them up until about the early 1940s, really. When, of course, safety razors were becoming more popular. I mean, safety razors have been around for very many years by then. But it's a very nice edge on this blade. And it gives a comfortable shave. Very much so. Nice, a very nice blade, and there were a lot made at the time, so you know, it should be relatively easy to pick up a Kropp razor. It's perhaps not the fanciest of razors, but it's the shave that is most important after all. And it is a very good razor. These would originally have sold for 5 shillings and sixpence for the black handle, or 7 shillings and sixpence for an ivory handle, and I assume that means ivory coloured rather than actually ivory, but well, I'm unsure about that, but hopefully. So let's wash this brush out again. maybe that's another little rabbit hole, eh? Rubber set brushes made in Canada. I'm sure, based on that one, that there must be some very, very nice ones. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some of the floweriness from that. I don't know why my nose is picking up a sort of florally soap scent. I'm sure it's not meant to be, from the Ariana and Evans. I am disappointed that didn't work out for me, so I think, based on my overall experience of Ariana and Evans soaps, they generally are not for me, and I don't think I'll waste my money again. There we are. So today, after all of that, I've ended up using Arko Lemon Fresh, and I'm just going to go with some Parasso Green Aftershave Splash. Oh, and that is good. I've had a very nice shave indeed. Fantastic. So, guys, I'm done here. In the end, I got there. Not quite what I anticipated today. So, I hope you have a good shave and a great weekend ahead. And take care of yourselves. I'll catch you next time out. Bye-bye.